Hey, good morning YouTube. Alan back again for another in my series of spinner reviews. And today I have a brand new spinner just recently released. And matter of fact, I've only seen one YouTube review for this spinner and it wasn't even in English, so I couldn't even hear what they were saying. So this is the new iSpin S. And this spinner's got a couple of different characteristics about it that make it kind of unique and its own spin experience. A very, very nice, silent, absolutely silent bearing. And this is a shielded bearing, and they don't even list the size or model number or anything on the website. So it's kind of a mystery as to what type it is. Another great characteristic of this iSpin S is the fact that it is multi-axis spinner, meaning you can stop it, you can hold it this way, and it will spin this way. So it is a very different spin experience. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this thing warps, because that's got to look real trippy. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So what I think we'll do right now is we'll go ahead and we'll take this thing down to the tabletop. We will bust it down. We will check out the moving parts on this bad boy and see what makes her tick. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and head on down to the tabletop right now. All right, here we go. Up close and personal time with this iSpin S. I've been really excited to review this one, and I haven't been able to seem to put it down since I got it. So let's jump right into it. Comes in a very nice box. It is a two-part box. It does have a sleeve with the box on the inside. As you see, it's got the iSpin on the front. It has the authentication scratch-off on the back. A little bit about it. Nice picture on the front. Very well packaged. I like what they did with the packaging on this one. Made it very nice. As you see, the box itself, it has kind of a carbon fiber look, which is quite attractive. I like it. It is definitely different from the tin that you normally see. So props to them on that one. Opens up kind of like a book, and you have a nice piece of foam covering it up. So you got that. And then, of course, you have the spinner, which I will pop out here real quick because there is more, and more is always good. You take this whole thing out. It's actually in two pieces, and they send you a nice velvety velour carry pouch as well. So it's always good to get a little extra like that. Extra bearing for this thing would have been really a great idea as a user manual also, but I don't think anybody needs to worry about that. But yeah, an extra bearing for this would have been a really nice touch, and when we get down to it, you'll see why I say that. And here is the spinner itself. Of course, everybody has seen the iSpin, maybe not so much the iSpin S, but you've seen one iSpin. You've pretty much seen them all. There is a lot of versions of the iSpin. This is just one of them. This is the latest. Haven't seen a YouTube video on it, with one exception. It was done in a different language, so I couldn't understand anything that was being said. But yeah, this thing has 7 bearings, one in each of the arms, and then one main bearing in the middle. And what happens is when you stop this, you can kind of run your finger along the outside. It gets those outside bearings spinning, and then you stop it, and they continue to spin. These things will, and that's the only noise you'll get out of this thing. This thing is so virtually silent, it will just blow your mind how quiet this thing is and how buttery smooth this is. I guess maybe a one-drop bearing would be a nice comparison. I do not have one of those. I'm hoping to get one, and then that would be a great comparison for this bearing. It is a tiny, tiny bearing. And I haven't taken these arms apart. They do come out like all the other iSpins do, but I haven't taken these apart to actually look inside of here and see how the bearing actually plays out. But these do disassemble. Each of the arms do as well. So there's a lot of pieces to this. I'm just going to leave mine. Obviously, leave it together. It's the best way to go. But it's just a smooth as butter spinner, and it is so cool. But the best feature of this thing, and this is the selling point, I would imagine, is that right there. That is such a cool effect. Cannot wait to see it warp. That's going to be awesome to do. I will probably do a double warp video with both of the warps. Obviously the standard warp spin like that, and then of course the dual or the multiple access warp video. You can kind of see it even in this video. Not enough sunlight, but I can imagine what this thing will look like outside. It is fantastic. Absolutely, just it's fun. This kind of takes fidget spinning to a whole new level with this multiple access. Now you see the where the bearing is. You see how tiny that thing is. I can get it and see how good it's focusing nice today. But you see how small that thing is, and it does have a bearing lock system, which is a definite plus. We can back this thing out. There we go. And you see it's about the same diameter as an R188 bearing, which I have sitting right here. So what we'll do is we'll put them side by side, and you can see, but you see the hole. The center part is so much smaller on this one, and I don't know if this is just a weighted piece or that is the actual bearing inside there, and it's just probably the size of the inside of one of these. You could probably even I guess, well, maybe not because of the thickness. I was just thinking maybe you could put an R188 bearing in this thing, but I don't think you can just because of that right there. It does it is about 2/3 the size of a standard R188 bearing, so it is a bit smaller and a whole ton quieter. So that is that's an interesting bearing right there. It'd be and it's nowhere on the site. They don't say what size it is, model number, or anything. So that's kind of crazy. One thing they did do on this collar, I didn't point it out before I took it off, but I'll point it out now, is each of these have a serial number. I don't know if that's just numbering how many was made or what, but you see the serial number on there, iSpin 010387. They put right there on the collar, which is kind of nice. No one-way button. You can put it on either way, is fine. And nicely machined, no hot spots, just nice. This thing also comes in black, and it looks like it's got black with some red speckles on it. Kind of cool looking. You might want to take a peek at that as well if you get a chance to go out to their site. Like I said, you can get this on Amazon. And I was really shocked that I hadn't seen any reviews on this. I kind of stumbled upon it, so it was kind of a nice little find, actually. Little on the pricey side. I can't remember ever paying $40 for an iSpin, which is what this one was. But and I'm sure eventually these things will come down in price. I'm only assuming. I mean, I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but as does everything else. Usually things drop down in price. And get the hype, get as much as you can out of it right away. 69.9 grams, so just about 70 grams. Nice weight to it, right about where I like. And yeah, this just gives a whole new dimension to spinning for sure. Absolutely love this thing. So yeah, $40 on Amazon. It's a nice spinner. It's definitely a different kind of look. It's a different kind of feel, and it is totally a different kind of experience. One you gotta kind of experience for yourself just to see what it's like. Of course, this thing balances very, very well. So get her to focus for us really well. There we go. But you see, you can hold it on your hand. It's not going to be an issue. Beautifully balanced, super, super silent. You want something you can't hear, this is definitely the one. So anyway, well, what we're going to do now, I think, is we will take this thing out, and I will do that warp video, because I am very, very anxious to see what it looks like. So without any further ado, we'll go ahead and take that, and we'll come back, and I will give you my final thoughts on this iSpin S. All right, I hope you enjoyed that portion of the video. Welcome back. I want to give you my final thoughts and assessments on this iSpin S. First of all, I love it. Absolutely. I have no regrets for buying this thing. I think it's absolutely amazing, very unique, very quiet, a lot of different characteristics about it. And the overall spin experience is really, really sweet. Not real fond of the price point to start off. I'm thinking that probably pretty soon this thing will probably come down in price, so you might be able to get it at a better price if you waited a little while. iSpin spinners are usually pretty easy to get your hands on, so this might be one of those situations where you kind of wait it out and see what it does as far as budget goes. But as far as being worth it, I paid full price for it, and I don't have a problem with it. To me, it is very, very high quality stainless steel. Good stuff, feels good, feels nice, nice buttons, everything about it I just love. So I do absolutely recommend it. And that being said, what I'll do is I'll leave a link down below where you can go out to Amazon and pick this thing up. I hope you do. You will not regret it. While you're down there, if you could hit that like button for me, that would be awesome. Up in this corner, I'll leave a subscription button. Smack that for me. Come back, check out my other videos. We have a pretty good time here at the channel. On this side, I will leave another video for you to check out. Please have a good time with that one. And let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. So just remember, keep calm, spin on. Peace.